We're driving cars on a Mars tonight. We're blasting off to the stars tonight. We wanna go, go. We wanna go, go. We're driving cars on a Mars tonight. We're blasting off to the stars tonight. We wanna go, go. We wanna go, go. When you're running out of luck, need to get unstuck, so go off. When you're up against the wall and you cannot fall, so go off, go off, go off, go off, so go off, go off, go off, go off. When you're running out of luck, need to get unstuck, so go off. When you're up against the wall and you cannot fall, so go off, go off, go off, go off, so go off, go off, go off, go off. When you're running out of luck, need to get unstuck, so go off. When you're up against the wall and you cannot fall, so go off, go off, go off, go off, so go off, 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 so go off, go off, go
Welcome to Forever, man. Let's go. Come on, come on. It's forever. No surrender, no surrender. Yeah, yeah. You know that this right here forever. Go, go. And there will be no surrender. Now allow me to reintroduce myself. They call me J.O.N. to the easy E-N. Know that we undefeated. Y'all are beneath them speeches trying to air a grievance. But his lines are overhead. Better check the air for clearance. Call the tower. This is ours. Clear the heat. The air apparent. Really, I've never been better. Legacy, this is forever. All the more times I've been severed. I'm raising the bar. You can go ahead and measure. Think about time for a toast. Time that we welcome to go. Yo, we're just leaving. I think about time that somebody go get them their coat. You know I got all that anthem. Come back in. What you call that add-on? Got anthems and bands with masters. Getting them right like my name was Miranda. I ain't bigger dead than alive. I ain't bigger dead than alive. One more time. This is forever. Remember the legend. He never gon' die. Yeah. I ain't bigger dead than alive. Bigger dead than alive. I ain't bigger dead than alive. Dead than alive. Yeah. I ain't bigger dead than alive. Bigger dead than alive. Just making sure that you know why. Because this is forever. And there will be no surrender. Yeah. Come on, here we go. You know that this right here forever. No surrender. It's forever. You know, this right here forever. No surrender. It's forever. You know, this right here forever. I am just leaving a legacy. I am the one that they paid us. Got something to say to me, say, you know I've been waiting so patiently. This is my legacy. Y'all don't believe me, then wait. Basically, I have been running things. You can just go on and take a seat. Yeah. Love when they hated me, put that on everything. Not on my level. You can't be the enemy. This is the plan that we showing them anyway. Hit up the lawyers and give them the NDA. Woo! This is the brand new. This is the brand new. Nothing you can do. Nothing you can't do. And there ain't no thing that you'll be taking from me. Man, that came from nothing. Made it something. Name is buzzing. Call me Ryan Gosling. Hey, gon' know that they gonna love me more when I'm gonna retire the throne. The kind of things that I'm gonna be feeling like a god because this is forever. And there will be no surrender. Yeah. You know that this right here forever. No surrender. It's forever. You know this right here forever. No surrender. It's forever. You know this right here forever. I ain't bigger dead than alive. Bigger dead than alive. I ain't bigger dead than alive. Dead than alive. Yeah. I ain't bigger dead than alive. Bigger dead than alive. Really, I never been better. Legacy, this is forever. Really, I never been better. Legacy, this is forever. Really, I never been better. The legacy live on forever. Yo, remember the legend and know that he never surrendered because this is forever. And there will be no surrender. Yeah. You know that this right here forever. No surrender. It's forever. You know this right here forever. No surrender. It's forever. You know this right here forever. Man on a mission, I'ma get it. You know I be on a what? Yeah. You know I be on a what? Man on a mission, I'ma get it. You know I be on a what? Yeah. It's all hard, ain't no fear here. You ain't giving this to all, you steer clear. Never beat, I've been down and I reappear. You got some money on the line, you better put it here. Rolling in and doing that work. Check priorities, I'm doing that first. Checks big and I'm sure that hurts. But it's checkmate, we ain't selling short, know the work. Ain't nowhere to hide. You ain't gotta see me come and keep me on your mind. Cause I be on the work. Yeah. You know I be on the work. Man on a mission, I'ma get it. You know I be on the work. Yeah. Man, we coming for them bags. If they said I couldn't have, get the team. I got a vision for the things you ain't believe. And here's the motto, hard work, this over everything. It's that comeback. I'm calling plays, hit the pass, then the run back. Yeah, I'm far ahead and gotta run laps. But we ain't letting up, we never done that. Ain't nowhere to hide. You ain't gotta see me come and keep me on your mind. Cause I be on the way. Yeah. You know I be on the way. Man on a mission, I'ma get it. You know I be on the way. Yeah. I'm on the way. On the way. Yeah. On the way. I'm on the way. I'm on the way.
Yo, afternoon guys. Chat, how are we doing? Going live a bit earlier today because we've got a special report from Division 2 starting in about 25 minutes. So if you tuned into these before, you know how it goes. We just stream it live. I don't talk over it because I want to watch it with you, and then we react in chat as we're watching it, and we give a reaction at the end. So we're going to start the stream now and just talk over what the special report is. Quick catch up with you guys. I hope you had a great weekend. I'm refreshed, ready to go for the week. Busy week this week. New update coming tomorrow. Well, I assume. I'll announce that today. Lots of streams, lots of stuff to do. What's up? How you doing, family guy? What's up? No one on Twitch. Jay, Jarrett. Misty. Let's go, Master Grey, Shikar, Cleric, Irish Monkey. Greetings, Wolf, Eagle Star, Tony. Is the patch already live for the UK and other countries? No, fright. It'll be tomorrow. We'll have a maintenance tomorrow and it'll go live after the maintenance. Fingers crossed that maintenance goes very well. And it's about midday that it gets to go live. We've had a few bad ones in recent times. So bad that they've had to like delay updates for like nearly a day. So fingers crossed it all goes well tomorrow. Division stream starts in 30 minutes. Yeah. About 25 minutes ago. What's up, Jug? Adam? Dirt? Hello, Mew? Tony? Hey, Raven. Good day so far. Standard Monday. Got up. Had a shower. We do shopping on Monday. So we got shopping done. We went out for lunch. Got all that sorted. And just got here in time to do this stream. This will be the only stream today though, guys. Because I'm going to try and catch up on some content tonight. Where we'd normally stream. Because tomorrow I plan on doing a long one. Thinking when the update goes live, I will stream all day. But we'll do a very long stream tomorrow. What's up, Mike? Most excited for? We'll go over it now. So let's get up. I've got things ready. Let me switch scene. There we go. And oh, obviously, if you're new here today, be sure to hit that sub or follow button, depending where you're watching. Hit like, guys. Never been on the channel before. We covered the Division 2. I normally stream Monday to Friday from 8 PM UK. Going a little bit earlier today because of this update. And we've got their Trello board here, so... You can have a... We're not going to go through the patch notes of the PTS. We had PTS Phase 1 notes. We had PTS Phase 2 notes. We might do. How much time we got? It's like 20 minutes. But they did put out this Project Resolve PTS Phase 2 developer notes recently. So we know what's coming. Like in a new season, you get the brand new season. You get the season track. 1 to 100, where you get loads of rewards for it. You get 4 manhunts. Well, you get a manhunt. And that manhunt's basically the story, right? That goes for the whole, like, 3-4 months. And we'll talk about that a little bit more. That's probably what I'm most excited for. And then, you get new gear, new exotics. But this time around, we've got Project Resolve. This was announced in the last special stream that they did a couple of months back. And they said how they're like fixing around 2,000 bugs. They're making lots of changes to the game. And it's give a lot of delays to stuff like the DLC that was meant to be coming out after this season. So Season 3 was meant to lead on to the DLC. And that's been delayed to 2025, and mainly because of this Project Resolve. So they put out this note recently. We are immensely grateful for all the feedback we received following Phase 2 of the TU20 and Project Resolve PTS. We want to share our findings. So, weapon and talents. If you know, there's a new talent coming called Behind You, and on the PTS, I had so much fun with this. You could throw it on anything. An assault rifle, basically, if an enemy's not looking at you, it gave 40% extra damage. It was insane. They've properly nerfed this. So starting in TU10, the behind you talent will be exclusive to rifles and marksman rifle weapons only. So you can't put it on an AR. And the change was made to align with the intended design, and its wider availability on the PTS was unintentional and considered a bug. So it wasn't meant to be available on ARs, which I threw it on and had a ton of fun with. I'm glad I did that, because we're not going to be able to do that again now. We decided to limit the use of talent to MMR and rifles only due to the talent being too strong paired with some other weapons. Which it was, to be honest with you. Everybody would have been running it. Additionally, starting with TU20 release, the amplified damage will decrease from 40 to 15. What a huge nerf. And the perfect is going from 60 to 20. The adjustment in value is intended to align with the original intention of damage being increased, but has now been modified to be amplified. The change is not a nerf, but rather a refinement to align with the intended behavior. I kind of agree. It was super fun though. Autis Assault interface talent. What's that? Start with TU20, release the amplified damage will decrease from 75 to 40. Amplified body section. So there's gear. The rugged gauntlets. These are the exotic gloves in the PTS. They were useless. So they've put a note on that. Exotic gloves felt underwhelming. Initially, the intention was for the iron grip talent to give stability and accuracy bonus. However, a bug caused the accuracy bonus to malfunction, resulting in the gloves feeling underpowered on the PTS. We have since resolved this issue, and the gloves should now function as originally intended, with both stability and accuracy bonuses. So I imagine that's going to be like braced on a chest piece, but you can throw it on your gloves. I don't know. That's what it sounds like to me. Hunter's Fury, the 3-piece bonus was changed from 100% health on kill to 50% health on kill. This adjustment is implemented to maintain a sense of balance, considering the introduction of additional health bonuses on brand sets. As a result, the viability of health on kill is also enhanced. Vindicator is locked behind Descent. I'm guessing a lot of people didn't like that. This is the new exotic rifle, I want to say. Currently, the plan is for it to be exclusively available in Descent. This might change over time, but not anytime soon. Interested to see how that works. We'll find out tomorrow when it goes live. We'll try and get that unlocked through Descent. Gear lock is not needed. So a lot of complaints on the PTS around the gear lock. A lot of you have been mentioning in chat as well about gear lock, and you hate the idea. So in PTS Phase 2, we initially took a more extensive approach to this topic. Based on your feedback, we have reconsidered and returned to the drawing board. Following the launch of TU20, gear lock will continue to function in the same manner as it did in TU19, so there won't be no gear lock basically. However, we maintain a positive perspective on the inclusion of gear lock and recognize its importance in conflict. That said, we are actively reintroducing it beyond spawn areas exclusively in conflict, only starting with TU20.1, so that won't be tomorrow. So a few notes there from the PTS. Again, I don't want to go through all the PTS because there's loads of notes. We've already covered that in streams and whatnot, but that's a little change from last time. And if I just head over to the Twitter or X account, let's talk about the Manhunt season, because this is what I'm most excited about tomorrow. We go. They released a teaser, and we did a video the other day about Aaron Keener potentially being alive and that rumor. But they released this on the Instagram and the Twitter. Uncovering the truth sometimes means reopening old wounds. Vanguard arrives soon. It's showing this clip of the Statue of Liberty. Obviously, that's where we defeated Keener, Liberty Island. So that's a hint that's going to be going down an Aaron Keener storyline. And the Vanguard, the title of the season. Vanguard is Aaron Keener's call sign. Again, we covered this in the video the other day. Like, there's lots of conspiracies around Aaron Keener not being dead. And if you've watched my streams, I like the idea of Isaac kind of like betraying us or being hacked. And that would be a way to allow Aaron Keener back into the series. So I'm not saying that this season's going to unravel any of that. But what I think this season is going to be is, it says it there, doesn't it? Uncovering the truth of old wounds. So I think we're going to be learning more about Aaron Keener and why he went rogue and maybe what he was doing during this season. That's my guess. But this stream today should answer a lot of our questions, go over everything that's coming in the next update tomorrow, Season 3. It'll probably show the apparel event that we're going to be getting in Season 3. It'll show the manhunt, who the manhunt target is. They'll announce that it's actually going live tomorrow. This is what normally happens on a special report stream, so it should be good. It normally lasts for about an hour. They are about to go in about 15 minutes. I do have their Twitch ready to go. That's where they're streaming it live. So we just wait here till they start the countdown. Keep on hitting refresh. And while we wait, we can chat. I'll remove all screen overlays when it goes live and join you guys in chat. So that's that. What's everyone's thought on the Aaron Keener story, by the way? Like, him being alive potentially. What's up, NGN? I didn't catch a new video from NGN, but I feel like I need to now. Hopefully they'll get the PC crashes fixed. We can only hope. I know someone else, hello, she's really hoping they get those fixed. Can not play the game right now. What's up, Ramon? You haven't missed anything yet, Queenie? Good afternoon, Elmo. We still got 15 minutes. Glove's still useless. I have to give him a proper test before we make that judgment call, right? Because braced was useless, and then all of a sudden there's a ton of brace builds that actually make a lot of sense. So imagine how I might be seeing the gloves is braced and still allowing you to have a chest talent. I think. We'll just get comms from a dead Keener. Hey, what's up, Phil? What's it gonna look like instead of Keener? No, I think it was Keener. He's probably dead. But I do like, or it says alive now. I do like the idea of him not being dead, though. And I think ways they can use to bring him back alive is definitely Isaac. There's been so many hints of Isaac being hackable, being able to manipulate it. They do it quite a lot. Keener even manipulates Isaac in that Liberty Island mission. Theo makes Isaac say that Theo's dead when he's not. They all kind of have access to it. I believe Sokolova, she had a part in creating Isaac, right? If I'm right, I don't know. Could be wrong on that one. But I think that's where at some point the story's gonna go around. I think Isaac and how it folders, and it wouldn't surprise me then if it folders into thinking Ankino is dead, and in fact he got rescued. I am out earlier than normal. Final call. What's a boom? Bailar said he buried him when you fight her in that manhunt mission. You know, it wouldn't be surprising though if she was the one that saved him. Because you remember, as soon as he put out that call for the rogue agents, it split straight to her and she got that call. She was working with Keener at that point. Wasn't there something in the comm, Ramon, about Sokolova having something to do with it? I'm sure there's a comment. I must have misheard it. I haven't got that EB yet, no. What's up, Didge? No. And I don't think we're doing any raid streams this week because we're going to be busy with the new season. So I'm going to have to wait till next week. Yeah, there's a lot of theory around that watch and Keener. There's a few quotes. There's one quote that Keener makes is that you'll find me when I want you to find me. So if you listen to that quote he made, then Liberty Island was his plan. He wanted us to find him. Another thing is around that watch. He wanted us to have the watch. And something else, I think Hornet, the first Manhunt, the first year of the Manhunt, Hornet says, one of his quotes is, Keener is alive in more ways than you know. So these are all quotes. That was quoted after we killed Keener. So there's been a lot of clues and stuff like that. And now we're obviously having the Vanguard season. So be interested if more comes up. I really want to watch NGN's videos. It's the Descent comes to find out about Isaac. Okay, I haven't. Maya, what's up? Hey, Coco. So this is starting in 10 minutes. So we get to find out about Season 3 Vanguard. Like, if people are jumping in today expecting, like, loads of new content to be announced or anything like that, that is definitely not going to be the case, so do not be disappointed. We know how this stream's going to go. We've already spoke about it, but for those jumping in now, it is going to be a preview for the next season, which is Season 3 Vanguard of Year 5. They'll be talking about the new season, the new award track, the apparel event, the manhunt, and stuff like that. And they probably got some stuff to talk about Project Resolve as well, which will be going live with, or some of Project Resolve will be going live with this update. Hey, Bama boy. He could be. It's far stretched. Like, it's just the rumor. The fact that we're going back to New York and we're doing this whole Vanguard season, it raises that rumor, doesn't it, up for discussion. I've only just gone live. I'm late today. I normally get these streams going a bit earlier to get you in. I've already seen a lot of others went live. So I'm a bit late. Sorry about that. We normally have a lot more in because we go earlier. Play a bit of countdown or something before the stream, but he has to be alive, Hardline says. That's what Penny says. She swears by it. How's our illustrious clog? Oh, Pony, did you miss the intro? Just scroll back to the stream countdown and see what I did. And then come back. Is it like multiple AIs? There's Anna, Isaac, and another one. But I do think Isaac's been manipulated or hacked or something, and I think it's probably played against us. Like when we were fooled, we got fooled. Who fooled us into Stovepipe when we went to Coney Island? Diamond, that's the one. That wasn't Isaac, was it? That was more... That was just Sucklive, okay. You like it? Representing clog floppers. That's going to be there until the event. I love it. For guys who don't know, we do like a little Call of Duty event. And we did a pilot the other week. It was very, very good. But Pony's challenged the winners of that. And Pony and their squad have just brought out everything that I wanted. It's been a great weekend. They've been making real, funny, non-serious sort of trailers for the team. And it's just been hilarious. So I am a proud clog flopper. I believe in you, squad. They've made a banner. They made a profile picture. They made a trailer. Then Rick's team or Mew's teams then made a trailer in response. This next one's going to be super fun. Yeah, I felt he deserved more of an ending. That's the other thing, right? Like, how can you do Keener in an expansion? What's up, Big Tay? Right, let me just do a little bit of a sound test on this. See where we need to be at. Just mute myself a sec. That looks about right. It might be too loud when they come on, but I'll adjust accordingly. Alright, let's get rid of the bottom stats. And then when it goes live, I'll get rid of me as well, like that. We'll make it full screen. I always love these special reports. Hey, what's up, Kenny? I've not watched any of the videos. I'm going to watch NGNs. I'm going to make a point of watching NGNs straight after this stream. There's going to be loads more content coming, Dig. This is just a pilot right now. It's pilot stage 2 for the next one, and we're introducing some changes. I have my own vision for it, Dig, and I want to make sure we hit that vision. We were close to it on the last one, but not quite there. So this time round, I'm hoping we hit the nail on the head and can sign off the tournament. And it'll be a regular thing going forward then. We're glad you're enjoying it. It was a good time. Helldivers, I was looking at that. I was also looking at Suicide Squad. I just don't have the time. Show your trailer. Should we show Pony's trailer? Yeah. Yeah. Let's do that. What do I show? The most recent one. Music was okay, wasn't it? Music was from YouTube, right, Pony? The first one. Okay, the first. So the one was the first one that you put in the team feed. Yeah, boom. I do want to get on it. I do. But we're fully committed to the Division 2 again now, so I need to try and fit in other games around the Division 2. Okay, here's the trailer to the Clog Floppers. I'm at the zoo with Harlow and the family, and I'm just bursting into stitches looking at my phone and all looking at me like an idiot. And it's because Pony sent me this. I think the sound's on. I'm getting no sound. Hang on. Let me try it again. Yeah, you got sound. We'll go again. That's not it. That's Doof's one. Hang on. This one. Right, I've got 1 minute. Let's quickly do it. It's got to be that one. I don't know how I find it so amusing. Is that the one, Pony? Did I get the right one there? We're 50 seconds away from the live stream. That's exactly what I want from this. That I want. You see so many PvP stuff going on. It's all about freaking egos and stuff like that. I'm not for any of that. That's what I want. No shits given. Let's just have fun. And you guys are doing. You know exactly what my vision is. Hence why I'm a clog flopper. I love it, and I'm looking forward to it. That made me smile. Right, 18 seconds. We're going to go into this, guys. I'm going to join chat with you. We'll react live as we go in chat, and then we'll speak about it afterwards. I'll make some notes. But, yeah, see what they got to say.
Hello, everyone. I guess we're live unexpectedly. We're just talking about the cards if they're in the right position or they're upside down. They should be fine. But hello, everyone. My name is Daria. I'm the community developer for Division 2. And today with me, Yannick, creative director for the Division 2. And welcome to Year 5, Season 3 Vanguard livestream special report. And apart from the new season, we're also going to be coming back to Project Resolve, discussing some changes that were made following PTS feedback that we received, and showing you some new goodness. But before that, to remind you of the events of the previous season and transition to Season 3, let's watch analyst report made by NGN.
Agents, we've recovered 5 more hostages that were taken during the attack on the White House, including Vic's sister, Birdie, who has vital intel on the Black Tusk's infrastructure and systems, and Nat's plans for the mobile SHD servers, as it was Birdie who was tasked with building and maintaining their power supply. However, it was through this rescue that another layer of deceit was uncovered. Agent Brian Johnson was unmasked as the recruiter. Johnson used his position as your handler to hide intel that was uncovered and was almost successful in stealing the mobile SHD server. The revelation that hunters walk among the agents further divides the already fragmented division ranks, and Vic questions who else could be a hunter and points the finger at Kelso. Manny refuses to believe that Kelso is a hunter. However, we are unable to clear her name at this stage because she has gone missing. Agents, we need to find Kelso and uncover what she has been doing in New York.
Thank you so much, NGN, for another amazing recap. And I think pretty much all of you already guessed that our main goal for Season 3 is to locate missing Agent Kelso.
What is going on with Kelso? That's the question, right? You may remember from Season 11, we had the conclusion of Season 11 with the attack on the White House. And then at the end of that, Kelso said she was going to go to New York to check on Heaven and make sure that this settlement was secured. And well, we haven't really, talked about it or emphasized that, but she hasn't come back since. She has been spending quite some time in New York, like during Season 1 and Season 2, as we were rescuing civilians. She was all the time in New York. Manny mentioned that a couple of times. So now it's time to actually go and see what has she been up to, and now she's gone missing. So what's going on there?
And this time around, what is especially interesting about the season is that we are not going to be going after specific people, after specific targets. Those are going to be the locations. So basically, agents are tasked with retracking Kelso's steps and following her and looking at the clues that might be at those locations.
Yeah, it's just another twist on the manhunt formula. So, we used to have enemy targets. Then in the past couple of seasons, we had civilians to rescue. And this time it's going to be not direct targets, but it's going to be about investigation and retracing the steps of Kelso and finding out and catching up to her and understand what's happening here.
Yep. And for the manhunt, we can also reveal the calendar. That is going to be, I would say, surprising, considering that some of the details we just gave out about the specific locations, but also about the apparel events this season.
Do we have the calendar?
We do.
Here it is. Yeah, less faces, more places. So as we said, every target now is actually a location, And yes, you can see at the bottom of that 2 apparel events this season. Again, a brand new one, Veil Tactics. And then a return as a second apparel event in the season, a return of Last Resort, which was the apparel event we did, I think was with the release of Warlords of New York, which was revisiting looks inspired from the New York faction, so the Cleaners and the Rikers. So a pretty cool apparel event.
And we're going to talk about it in more detail a bit later, but let's also watch the new trailer for the Season 3 Vanguard.
I trust Kelso. I don't believe she could be a hunter. But trust has to be earned. When we put it in the wrong people. Just look at what's happened to this country. Agents were trained to blend in, to hide in plain sight. How can we know their true mission? We can't survive without trust. I trust Kelso. But I've been wrong before.
What a nice trailer. It reminds me about something. I can't really pinpoint. What is that? Who knows?
I did not understand that reference. But yeah, I mean, it's this season it's about trust, really, and that's what the trailer is about. It's we ended last season with, of course, the betrayal of betrayal. It's a question of point of view of Agent Johnson, finding out that Johnson was a hunter embedded in the ranks of the division, and that throws a lot of distrust amongst the ranks of the good guys, Manny and the division and everybody else, on like who else could actually be a hunter, or if not even a hunter, like embedded agents working for the enemy. And with Kelso going missing and Kelso having been gone for so long, some people are starting to ask questions, and that's what we're going to try to clear up.
Yeah, but the reference that you didn't quite catch was to the Warlords of New York trailer. Since it's the similar animation style, but
That's true, there was some of that, yes.
I don't know if it means anything, to be honest. Probably just an artistic point of view. But
So yeah. So here you have it, the new visual for this season, and once again, this is about Kelso, and this is about going to find her. In the process, Kelso gets a bit of a glow up, but yeah, let's go and hunt her down and find out what she's been up to.
And of course, story is not the only thing that is going to be shown in the new season. As usual, it comes with a bunch of new gear, new weapons. And let's talk about new gear as well. Some of you may have had a chance to test it on the PTS that we had in January. And changes-wise, we're going to talk about it separately to highlight whatever was done to few gear pieces and talents following the PTS. But for now, I just would love to show some of them in full glory. So this is the Aegis.
Yep.
That's a new gear set.
Mm-hmm.
Looks very on brand for this specific season.
Well, it's also a bit of a throwback of LMB looking stuff. Also, so for people who played Division 1, this is going to be a nice thing to be looking for. It has some pretty nice, dark and red tones, which were the colors of the LMB. I know they used white a lot as well, but their logo was actually a lot of black and red. So that was the inspiration here. And yeah, I think we have something that looks pretty cool.
Yeah, and the logo is very easy to recognize.
Mm-hmm. And of course, this season is a lot about enemy and aggro management and being targeted or not being targeted. So a bunch of the gear that we see in here or that we will see in this season is about that. So that was the case for the gear set, not the gloves, but other pieces as well.
Yeah, those are the new exotic gloves, by the way. Wrecked gauntlets, they're called.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and these are about stability and weapon handling and all that. So it's a different idea, but it's trying to find some gloves that could be useful for people who want weapons to be easier to handle. I know it's quite niche, and we've heard a lot of feedback on the PTS. We fixed some issues with them. I'm jumping ahead because this is in the PTS part, but yes, it's a different thematic.
Yeah, but also this time around we'll have a new exotic pistol called Mosquito. You can see it right now. Very, very beautiful short. Thank you, George. And also there is another exotic rifle, Vindicator, that is exclusive to Descent.
Yes.
And we're going to talk about it in more detail separately because we have a specific Descent part of the live stream. But yeah, to address the questions that we saw in the community, there was some confusion regarding this specific exotic weapon. Yes, it's exclusive to Descent. It's only available through the shop, but it can be used anywhere else. As soon as you acquire it in Descent, you are free to take it with you to the regular gameplay.
Yeah, exactly. It's just it can only be obtained through Descent, but then once you have it, you use it normally on your character, and you can play it wherever you want. It is an exotic piece you keep with you.
Yeah, and for now, it's not that there are any plans to make it available through other modes.
Not yet. I mean, it's we've seen some of the exclusives being added to the Dark Zone after a while. We may want to do that. We will see, but we're going to give it some time, and it's going to be for Descent for a while, and later on the road, maybe we make it more available to other places as well. But we really like the idea of having a piece of gear that you can only get through that game mode.
Yeah, and it also has this very distinct appearance. So kind of screams Descent.
Yeah.
But talking about other seasonal gear pieces, and I mentioned that we want to come back to the PTS feedback and some changes that were made following the commentary that we saw online. It actually concerns some of the gear pieces. So let's talk about the PTS results. And first of all, I think let's address the newest talent, the Behind You talent.
Yep.
There were a few changes made to it. And first of all, starting with the 220 that is going to be released tomorrow, it only will be available and exclusive to rifles and MMRs. And this change in particular was made in alignment with the intended design. So availability on other weapons was not intentional, and we decided basically to limit it to MMRs and rifles because the talent was too powerful combined with some other weapons.
Yeah, I mean, clearly the moment we announced it and it did not come with a limitation to specific weapon types, I mean, a lot of people just immediately identified that this could be a problem with paired with some weapon types. So it makes sense, and yes, that was kind of the intention to begin with. So yeah, feedback just confirmed our assumptions, and it was an easy change to make.
Yeah, and also there is going to be the decrease in amplified damage, and you're probably better equipped to comment on that than I am.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna do the math, but basically, you know, there is a difference between damage increase and damage amplify in the game. And if you're not aware of that, well, this is you learning about it, and that's why we use those two different terms. And it has to do with the way the damage bonus is calculated. And basically, the gist of it is amplifies are much stronger bonuses than increase. So for some of those items, they had actually the text mentioned increase, and the bonuses, the value of the bonuses were built with increase in mind, but they were actually made amplify damages, which means they were ridiculously powerful. So what we've done is we've kept them as amplified because that's more interesting for the mechanics of those of that item, but therefore we've decreased the damage bonus to something that is more in line with what an amplify would normally do. So ultimately, it's not a nerf. I know that compared to PTS values, it might look like a nerf, but this is an alignment to therefore reflect the fact that these are intended as amplify bonuses and not increase bonuses.
Yeah, and I'm just going to mention it quickly that this change in particular would be available right upon the release, but the localization change that's going to highlight the move to amplify damage from the weapon damage, that is something that's going to come with 20.1. So the next smaller title update. But honestly, apart from that, this information was released as a part of the dev commentary following the phase 2. So if you want to read in detail and see the values and how and why the changes were made, you're welcome to visit our Trello board and find this information in the dev commentary. So basically, everything that we're reciting right now is not a new information. It was previously available. Just want to make sure that the wider community is also aware of the changes. And another thing with Ortiz assault interference, that's the talent from the Vindicator, the new exotic weapon available through Descent, the one that we showed right now. Also starting with the TU20 release, amplified damage going to decrease from 75 to 40%. Basically the same reason, and also localization is going to be updated a bit later. To explain why the values can be updated and localization needs to wait a little bit, basically this has to do with the builds and submission time, and sometimes the changes in the values, it's easier, they can be made faster than the localization because there are a lot of languages, they need to be updated. So, you know, I don't know why I'm explaining this.
The value is on the server, the text is on your client. And if we if we want to patch your client, we need to make a patch you're going to download, and that takes time because it has to go through certification and all that. Localization takes extra time. Changing a value is just a number we can change on the server. I'm oversimplifying it, and some devs might be having a heart attack here, but that's the general gist of it. So it's much easier. Or even if we change it in a game on the client, still we don't necessarily need to make to go through all the hoops of actually localizing and all of that. So yes, changing the value is much faster than actually adapting the text that has to go with that. These are some of the hoops of running live games.
Still important to highlight, so the incorrect localization, incorrect text do not throw you off by seeing the difference between how the talent or the gun behaves compared to what it says about its supposed behavior. At least now you know. And the last thing that I think it's important to highlight, rugged gauntlets, the new exotic gloves. We also received some feedback about them, that some players felt that they're a little bit underwhelming, and the original intention was to give the talent stability and accuracy bonus, but since it's a PTS and bugs occur, and sometimes some features or some weapons, they end up on the PTS in their unfinished state. So it's not final, but that is what PTS is about. It's about testing. It's about understanding how well balanced different features and weapons are. So basically, due to this malfunction, we understand why it may felt that way, why it may felt underwhelming.
Yeah, and I think we have, both feedback also. We have the people that tried it and thought it was underwhelming, and we have people who just, on principle are not interested in this kind of item. And of course, you are only allowed to have one exotic equip, so why would you sacrifice a much more powerful exotic for something like that is a bit more niche and a bit more quality of life in a way. But that's just, there's a lot of exotics in the game, so I think it's good for us to try things and see if there's actually a crowd for that, or if there's we know that a lot of players can be very creative in the way to use those items. So maybe there's going to be some interesting mechanics coming out of it. And yeah, let's see. But it's something we've never tried, so let's see how that goes.
Yeah, just to finish off everything, basically the issue was resolved after the PTS, and should work as intended, giving both stability and accuracy bonus. But everyone is welcome to try and test it starting tomorrow. And let's move to Season Pass.
Right, Hunter's Fury also. You skipped Hunter's Fury.
I
Sorry
did.
about that.
I did.
But yeah, the gist of Hunter's Fury, just to talk about it, is yes, so we are reducing the bonus on the 3-piece bonus from plus 100% health on kill to plus 50% health on kill. And the main reason for that is because on the side, with all the changes we're doing to brand sets, health bonuses are going to be much more of a thing now. And so actually having health-based builds is going to be more accessible, and therefore we wanted to make sure that Hunter's Fury, which is a great set for health builds, does not become completely overpowered with that. And giving 100% health on kill would have been ridiculous. So it's just us anticipating health builds and therefore giving more tools to make Hunter's Fury more interesting, but therefore making sure also it remains at the right level of power and doesn't become a new meta.
Yeah, thank you so much for noticing it.
Sorry.
Let's pretend that it was intentional, because last time you were criticized for shuffling your cards, and this time around I couldn't even see that there is another point left to be talked about in the
Pay
card
attention.
that I made. Okay, Season Pass. Yeah, finally. Just a quick reminder that Season Pass is going to be available for 1,000 premium credits in the in-game store. It grants additional access to a really cool outfit and a mask called Menpo. And it's going to be available basically to all the Warlords of New York owners and Ubisoft Plus subscribers. And just to show you a few things, here is Menpo, by the way. Very cool samurai-looking mask and outfit, also in the colors of the season. Really love how it looks. And on the premium track, this time around, we're going to have 9 weapon skins, 10 dies, 2 new emotes, 2 vanity outfits. This is one of them. There is also another one that is more tactical, called Crescent. And yeah, there is some very, very fun weapon skins that I would love for you to see, if we can. Oh, this is another outfit called Crescent.
This is
It's
Crescent, yeah.
more tactical one. And some of the weapon skins. I honestly do not really remember what's the name of this one.
We don't have the names on the
Yeah,
cards. So
I'm really sorry, but I really love
and
the look of it.
somehow we don't know all of them by heart. We're so unprepared. This is a nice one.
I think this one is called Business Casual, though.
Yeah.
If that's the incorrect name, I will personally say sorry to Pali and his whole team. This one is very nice.
Yes.
So yeah, Season Pass available for 1,000 premium credits in the store. That's something that you probably already know. And the last thing to cover for the new season for Vanguard is the Apparel events.
Yep.
And as we mentioned it early and you saw on the calendar, we're going to have 2 of them. One is a completely new one, and another one coming back from year 2 season 3. Yes, the one from Concealed Agenda.
Was it? Okay. Yeah.
This is the new one. And this one features 4 new outfits. And 5th one is going to be a completion reward. And yeah, let's look at them.
Yes, so this was the idea with this one of, we try to alternate a bit in the different styles and fantasies. So with this one, we wanted to go back to something much more military inspired. So there's a bit more armor plating here. This one is one of the heavy ones, so some shoulder pads, some, armor belts here, and black and tactical, of course. So yeah, and then we have... don't know if we have videos for them. Yes, we do. Then we played a bit also with, with a bit more camo, with a bit more ghillie suits and things like that to use to try to create looks and styles we haven't had. So there's always room for more nice hoodies. But what about netted hoodies like this one, for example? So yeah, it's more military, more tactical, new options that we haven't made before. Once again, the team is having more and more fun playing around with what they can do in the game and creating new things. So this is pretty exciting to see all those new looks coming out. I think this one is going to be probably my favorite.
Yeah, it looks very, very nice. The true essence of camouflaging yourself.
And then a bit more traditional, maybe, camo one and military one for people that are a bit more down to earth, but still nice looking, bit more, yeah.
It's like Che Guevara aesthetic.
Maybe a bit more detailed and a bit more slick compared to what those that we've done in the past. It's nice sometimes to revisit things that are closer to what we've done many years ago, but adding all the learnings and all the improvements and all the new expertise that the team has built.
But at least now we have such a wide range and such a big variety of different styles. Like if you want to be dressed down in neon stripes and cat ears, we have something for you. But also if you're a fan of concealing yourself and proper camouflage, that apparel event is for you.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think there's ever going to be one style, but everybody is going to be, in love with and saying this is the one and we want only that forever moving forward. If there's that, sure, but I don't think so. So it's just we're trying to alternate the different fantasies and the different styles between the more tactical, the more agent fantasy, the more military, the more civilian, and sometimes some things that are a bit more out there, like we had with the Nexus, the one that we had last time. So we're trying different things, and hopefully, eventually everybody finds something that they like.
When we were finalizing the results of the previous season for the fun stats, apparently the jean ramen, the cap with the cat ears, that was the most popular outfit item from the previous season.
Cat ears.
Cat ears. And yeah, the last resort, the apparel event is coming back from this. I think it was Concealed Agenda. It says so in my notes, so probably that is correct.
Must be right. Yeah.
Must be right. But then again, I was the one compiling the notes, so who knows?
So Pastaria knew what she was writing. Anyway, it's from year 2 for sure, and this was built on the factions of Warlords of New York, as mentioned earlier. So there's 2 outfits, 2 Riker-inspired outfits, 2 Cleaners-inspired outfits. I think there's like 1 heavy one and 1 lighter one for each of those factions. So some really nice and popular pieces. So if you were not here when that Apparel event was running a few years ago, well, now is your chance to catch up. I mean, not now, but this season.
When is the heat wave coming back? My favorite one.
Let's do a poll. Let's ask the community when they want to see heat wave come back.
I know that it's one of those things that me and community we cannot agree on sometimes, but it was fun. I think it was very fitting for Washington.
Maybe one day we could revisit a summer-inspired, beach-themed Apparel event, but I guarantee you the team today would do something that would probably look a bit better.
flip-flops for the win. One last thing to mention, it's not a part of the Apparel event. It's gonna be one of the few cosmetic bundles, something new that the team is also working on. But this is what players have been asking for a long time, and basically all the outfits of Keener and his lieutenants gonna be available throughout the season. So you can buy the whole look. I don't know if you were a fan of, I don't know, Kajika or Dragov.
Yeah, you
or
will.
Keener.
You will be able to dress yourself up as one of the characters of Warlords of New York. These are uniforms, so they are complete looks, and they will be made available throughout the season on the store for you to purchase. And the idea is just, well, we're going back to New York. We're going to be trying to find Kelso, going through all those locations that we visited where we fought all those bad guys. So it felt like a right time to actually bring back those looks and, well, make them available.
I'm so looking forward to Keener's outfit. But that's pretty much it about the new season, Vanguard. It's going to be available tomorrow, right after the maintenance. So we hope to see you in the game tomorrow. But that's not everything that we wanted to talk about this stream. The next big thing that we're moving to is Project Resolve. And since we already had stream where we covered pretty much everything regarding Project Resolve, there are still a few things that we want to either highlight or remind you about, or show gameplay to illustrate some of the new features that were added to the game as a part of Project Resolve, and talk about the changes that were made following two PTS phases that we had. But just to remind you about Project Resolve and what that is, we still have the video on our Twitch channel with the live stream with me and Yannick, and also the message from Yannick himself and our producer in Bucharest, Radu, where they explain what Project Resolve is and why it took us so many months to actually come to this grand conclusion. And I would just love to take a moment and congratulate the whole team on their hard work, because pretty much everyone, people working tirelessly starting from August and up until this moment, bringing new features to the game, making sure that stability feels much better and there are less crashes. And those of you who tried the game on the PTS, you know that it really is true, and we managed to tackle a lot of things.
Yeah, and I think it was, it was needed for the game to take the time to actually do some fixes and work on improvements and all of that. But I mean, again, the foundation of this is really improving the quality more than all the quality of life, which is what we've done as well. But it was really about quality and stability and performances. And it was needed for the game, and hopefully, people will notice a difference when this comes out. And I hope all of you, especially those of you that have been struggling from issues, will see these issues fixed. But I think it was also great for the team, and the team did a good job at, tackling all of that and accepting the change of schedule and roadmap as well, because we had to change our content plan because of that, which is never easy. But it's what's been amazing is to see everybody react to that, and the excitement in the team for people to actually be able to go back and fix stuff. Because, bugs are frustrating for everybody playing, but bugs are frustrating for us as well. Nobody likes to ship something that is broken or that is bugged. And very often, people would like to actually go back and take the time to fix those things. And our content plans don't necessarily always allow for a lot of time to do some bug fixing. So when we told the team, okay, we're going to put everything on hold and you go back through your backlogs and you're going to be able to fix all those bugs, a lot of people were actually very excited to get to do that. And I think this shows in the numbers. The amount of bugs that were fixed, the amount of improvements that were put in here, this was way beyond our expectations when we started working on this. So it's just, kudos to the team for really pushing through this and delivering something that hopefully is going to make a difference.
Yeah, absolutely. And even working through all the changes, sitting through all the sprints, trying, personally, it's my personal experience trying to wrap my mind around all the planned changes and fixes. That's a very grandiose work that's been done by the team. So congratulations to all of our colleagues in Bucharest for making it happen. And we really hope that all of you will be able to find something in Project Resolve that corresponds and resonates with you specifically. And with the rest of the community, I mean, stability improvements, that's one of the biggest milestones.
Yes.
But since I mentioned that we won't be going through everything that we showed last time, mostly because we already had the Project Resolve dedicated live stream that goes into very specific and nitty-gritty details. Plus, we're going to have the full patch notes released tonight after the live stream, I believe. Those 35 pages, something of
They're
changes.
pretty extensive.
Pretty extensive, and I'm 100% sure that not everything might be there. There
Probably missed stuff.
yeah, might be things that are in the game, but not necessarily highlighted in budget. But the important thing, the biggest, the most important, like improvements, balancing changes, new features, that's in the patch notes. Maybe some smaller stuff that we missed.
That we know of.
Yes. That we know.
There's always a rogue dev somewhere that made a change and didn't inform the chain of command.
This
Who knows?
is what's going to happen with them. See.
Yeah. Not allowed to face the camera anymore.
Next stream that we
No
have.
place for
already.
traitors here.
But yeah, there are a few things that I would love to highlight Project Resolve wise, and I think we should start with the combat gear lock, because that is the topic that generated a lot of discussions during the PTSs.
Yeah, probably the most amount of
Yeah.
discussion. And with gear lock, I mean, we're not gonna go through the whole thing again, but it's we thought it was an important change needed for the game, and I still believe, partially that this is an important change. But ultimately, I mean, the feedback has been very strong and very convincing that we need to find another way to address the problems we are trying to address, and something that is maybe a bit less impactful in terms of the many years of playing the game and habits that players that you have developed playing the game. So our intention was not to just completely change the way you think about your builds and you think about engaging with content, and we didn't want to limit the options. That wasn't our intention, and it's become clear that this change which we felt was fairly minor in terms of impact. We realized that actually many more people than we thought, like to be able to change their gear on the fly and during combat. So we put it back. You're allowed to, or we put it back. We removed gear lock, and so this is going to go back to the way it was. Well, to the way it is on the live game, basically. So you will be able to change your gear. But the caveat is that we still want to bring it to Conflict. We still think it's important for the vision that we're trying to implement in Conflict and all the changes we're making, and making Conflict a bit more of a structured PvP mode. So it will not be implemented in TU20 because we had to revert it everywhere, but we're going to extract the part that applies it to Conflict and implement that one in the game again with TU 20.1. So expect Gearlock to come back in Conflict only with TU 20.1.
And basically only beyond spawn areas.
You will only be able to swap your gear on spawn areas.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I guess by popular vote, removal of combat gear lock wins, except for Conflict.
You win that one. That one time.
There were a lot of discussions, not only within the community, also among the team members. And
yeah, I mean, it was very polarizing, and even amongst the team. And we had a lot of great discussions on our side as well on this. And we have some ideas on what we can do in the future that hopefully could address the issues we are trying to address without having to drastically change the experience. But that's future talk.
Yeah, and since we already started talking about conflict, there are also a few changes that are coming to conflict with Project Resolve. Some of them you probably already know about. Some of them were available on PTS. But yeah, just to recite everything, extended loot pool. Cache is going to be giving more items and with the possibility of a third one. Also, there was a significant XP boost to align with all the world activities. And I think we mentioned it already, but just once again, shade and expertise bonuses were removed from the conflict. I know that there were also some feedback regarding that, and some people might feel upset about this removal, but that is another thing that we explained in detail on the Project Resolve stream that we had in December.
Yeah, and it's, I mean, just to explain it here just for a minute, but it's just with conflict, we want conflict to be the purest PvP experience, where gear still matters, but the optimization of your gear and the time you've spent optimizing that gear is less important, and what is more important is your skill as a player. So your gear matters, but it shouldn't be the deciding factor between you and another player. What we want to be the deciding factor between you and another player is how good of a player are you playing this cover-based shooter game. And going back to a more shooter feel. If you want a more, RPG experience where the thousands of hours you've put into the game are going to make a difference, then that's what the Dark Zone is for. And the Dark Zone is less about fairness and much more about who's the strongest. So this is the differentiation we wanted to make, and with that in mind, we still really think that it's important to take shade levels and expertise out of the equation, because these are stats that are basically just increased by your playtime and the efforts you've put into the game. They are optimization stats that we think do not belong in conflict.
But of course, that being said, we're still open to feedback, since these changes were only tested during PTS phases and
with the PC community. Yeah.
Yes, and we know that it's only available to PC players. So please keep your feedback coming. It's still very important, and as you noticed with the example of the combat gear lock, even strongest opinions can be overruled by having enough feedback from the community.
Well, and I mean, I don't want to make it sound like if you scream loud enough, we're going to change. But it's, we want to see it in action, and we want to see how people interact with it, and we want to see the conversation online between people and see the pros and cons and what the vast majority of people think. So yeah. We put it out there, and of course, as everything with a live game, nothing is ever set in stone. We can always keep tweaking and keep modifying in future updates. And with conflict, we will keep working on it and improving it anyway. So yeah, we're not going to just put this and say, okay, our work is done. There's more things we need to look at.
But that's also the gist of the Project Resolve. Like, it's not a singular update that happened once and it will never be touched again.
Yep.
No, it's like a continuation. It's a process. And there are going to be changes and adjustments following this release as well. And of course, we're going to keep you informed and as much as we can. Talking about other changes, because I think we cover pretty much everything conflict-wise. There is also Dark Zone that I would love to mention. For the Dark Zone, there were feedback and discussions regarding the rogue activation timer, and it was also changed. Now it's going to be 3 seconds.
Yeah, so this is the sweet spot we think we've landed on with the PTS, and the idea here again is to. I said earlier the Dark Zone is not about fairness, but we still want to make sure that players have an opportunity to react when someone is going rogue, and that is just for non-invaded Dark Zone, by the way. For invaded Dark Zone, the timer remains at 0.75 as it is. So it's also bringing some differentiation between invaded and non-invaded. So if you're really after the tough, hardcore Dark Zone experience, invaded is probably more for you. But we wanted to give a bit more of a chance to react, and we don't want. It's not that we don't want players to go rogue in the Dark Zone. It's just we want that to be a strategic decision you make. So you need to, to commit and to really. It can't be just something on just in the moment. It's something you need to find a space. You activate your rogue timer and then you come out again and know you're rogue. Once again, we'll see how that plays out on the game and we'll adjust if needed. But yeah. We're pretty happy with this one.
And another thing to quickly mention that also the first rogue rank duration was increased from 20 to 30 seconds in alignment with the previous change. And yeah, what else? Expertise. No changes here. Just to summarize everything and quickly mentioned the initial idea behind expertise changes. The costs were lowered to make it more accessible, and the feedback was good, but that's what people wanted for a long time, I guess.
It's less grindy, it's faster to progress through levels, so what's not to like here? We just wanted to make expertise a bit more accessible for more players and make it less of a boring grind, to be honest, to like get all the materials to try to reach the max. So it's a bit more accessible now.
And before we move to one of the new features, I just wanted to remind everyone that if you have any questions, please leave them in the chat. They will be collected by our community managers for me and Yannick to answer live once we're done showing all the changes. So that's your chance to ask a question. And that's next thing that it's not really in connection to expertise, but also in connection kinda as the new feature that we talked about a lot. It is called tinkering. It was not on the PTS due to some technical issues, but we want to show you how it works and explain why this change was needed and what can be done with tinkering. And I know that we have a gameplay video for you to see. And the most fun stuff about tinkering, first of all, it's the recalibration station formally that has been reworked and received a new flow, a new UI. And the most amazing thing that it can be done on the go. It doesn't matter where you are on the map, what sort of activities you're engaged in. You do not need to go back to the base of operations. It's available to you almost everywhere.
Yeah, I think the idea was really that like we want to try to reduce the amount of times you have to go back to the base of operation and really have these two. There's almost two division games, you know. There's the game where you're in the action and you're playing the shooter game, and then there's the inventory management game that is just equally as long, if not longer, where you're in the base of operations, going through your loot and like looking at, okay, what can I optimize, what can I recalibrate, what do I keep, what do I not keep, and I mean not all of that is solved. But one big aspect of that was the recalibration and the optimization. And we felt that this is something that maybe belonged a bit more in the action part. And the idea is just, it's, you know, if you're dropping a piece of loot during a mission or while playing anything, that is almost an upgrade. All you would need is to optimize it or to recalibrate it, and it would be an upgrade. Why not be able to do that directly and then go back into the action with your upgraded loot? Why have you wait until the next time you're going to back to the base of operation? So with tinkering, we not only improved the flow, but also made it, available directly through the inventory, and you can do it on the go, you can do it wherever you want. You can still go to the station, as in this video, you can still go to the station to do it, but you have the exact same functionality directly from in your inventory. And the great thing is that you can not only open the tinkering station from your inventory, but you can also, and we don't see that in the video, but you can actually also directly from any item in your inventory, you can recalibrate it and optimize it without having to go through the tinkering screen, which is probably the best improvement we have here. And I don't know if a lot of people noticed that, but you can, while you're changing your equipment, you're in your backpacks, you want to change your backpack, you can directly recalibrate or optimize this backpack from that screen. You don't even have to go through the tinkering screen to do that. So it's going to be a huge gain of time for a lot of players.
Yeah, and the only difference in the functionality is going to be that when nothing is highlighted, the new button just going to open the menu itself. But when you have a specific item selected, it's going to open tinkering features for this specific highlighted item.
So yeah, it's reusing the existing mechanics, but just making it much more accessible and much more friendly to use. So I'm just excited to go in my inventory and look at it and start optimizing more things and recalibrating more things. This also includes the expertise, by the way, even though we didn't mention that, but that also allows you to donate items and to increase expertise on items from the inventory as well, or from the tinkering screen in the inventory as well. So you don't have to go back to the boo either for that.
Yeah, because it also has the recalibration library and expertise menus available on the go.
Yep.
And there were also a few changes for the global events, and we extensively talked about them last time. Also not something that was available on the PTS, just because it's not technically possible to switch on, switch off global events on a separated environment. But we prepared a small video to highlight some of the gameplay changes, some of them more visible than others, but we will walk you through them.
It's not always easy to convey fun through a gameplay video on global events. So apologies if some of them do not do a great job at showing the changes. But basically, so here we have Guardian. So one of the big changes we've made with Guardian is that now you actually can damage NPCs that are guarded. You're just going to do much less damage. But if you have this rusher that is coming your way and that rusher is protected by a Guardian, you will be able to take it down, which was one of the biggest, frustration with Guardian until now, was that you had to take the Guardian out before you could kill the rusher. Now you can take care of the most important threat first and then go after the Guardian. It's just going to take you a bit more time. And then after that, I think we've increased the bonus. We've made a few changes here and there to try to make it more fun and more rewarding. And that's been the general gist with those global events, and what we've been trying to achieve is just make it more fun when you actually play it right and less punishing when you don't play it right. Because obviously our benchmark was Golden Bullet, which we know is by far the most popular global event. But it is popular because it is very straightforward. It's like, shoot the right NPC and then you get a buff, and then you're just going to, be godlike for the duration of the buff. And we wanted the other global events to be a bit more on par with that philosophy of like, just do the thing and then have fun. If you do it wrong, it's fine. Try again and have fun. No reason to punish you.
Yep. So for Hollywood,
yeah,
triple the explosion.
Yeah, Hollywood is just bigger explosions because that's what it's about. And also the big change we've made is because it is a global event that is about explosions and about your signature weapon. That's actually the global event where you should be able to play your signature weapon the most. We've made it now so when you're killing NPCs, you can drop signature ammo directly on your location, so you don't have to go there. It's much more generous in signature weapon ammo as well. So it's really the one where when you play it right, you should be able to keep your signature weapon up for a much longer duration. So it's really the Rampage global event where you're just dealing explosions and using grenade launchers or flamethrowers or whatever from all directions and yeah, just blow stuff up. Then after that, I don't know which one we have. Next one is what gonna be?
We'll wait for the
Let's find out.
reveal. Polarity switch.
Polarity switch.
Yay.
Yeah, so polarity switch is, there's two things we wanted to do. And this one is one of the examples of a global event that can be punishing when you do it wrong. Because here it was, you have to respect the polarity of the NPCs, but if you shoot the wrong NPC, you lose your buff. And that can be punishing really fast, or not punishing, but at least frustrating, because your polarity changes when you reload, and so you're not always in control of what polarity you have, and you think you have the right one and you have the wrong. So now we've made two drastic changes with it. The first one is that you only lose stacks when you kill an NPC of the wrong polarity, not when you shoot it. So it's much more forgiving. You hopefully will notice before the NPC is dead. And the second one is that when you're killing NPCs of the right polarity, we are refilling, I can't remember if it's all or part of your magazine. But the idea is that, especially taking the reload out of the equation, which was one of the main issues that kind of took you out of the flow when you were playing a polarity switch, was like, I'm in a good flow, I'm in yellow, and I'm killing yellow NPCs. But now I need to reload. Now I'm blue, but I was preparing for this. And so now it's, hopefully the flow is just going to feel a bit more natural and a bit more fun.
And also the stacks were lowered from 5 to 4, and the bonus per stack was increased to 25% from 20.
Yeah. So actually stacks are more powerful, and it's going to be easier to reach max stacks. So it's also going to feel a bit more snappy.
What's next? It's like a chocolate box. Shade exposed.
Shade exposed, yeah. So with shade exposed, it's just tweaking and fidgeting with the buff to try to make it more efficient, to try to keep the uptime run a bit longer, to try to really focus on the fun of the gameplay, the cover-to-cover mechanic, applying the pulse to everyone, and really feeling like when NPCs are pulsed, you get to do all the fun stuff. So it's no drastic changes, but just more efficient and a bit more fun. Hopefully.
Yeah, the pulse radius was increased, and now you only take 65% damage compared to 150% that was before, if you hit the pulsed enemies.
Yep.
And the last one,
finally,
reanimated.
reanimated. Reanimated is just... what did we do with this one? I think we increased the explosion, or the smoke when you headshot enemies, and I think when we've increased the bonuses you get from that, from the headshots. So same, just I almost want to say more dumb, but in a good way. Click on heads, have fun. I don't know that we're going to see a headshot here. Probably not.
There was one later on, but we already covered it. But I mean, it's up to all of us to play and try the new global events now with the new mechanics. Not really new, it's just upgraded, reinvented.
Yeah, and we can always tweak them even more. But it's hopefully they are going to make seeing other global events a bit less of like here comes the shot. Here comes the headshot. Nice. It's just going to be to just seeing other global events come feel a bit more exciting.
And the next thing we know, people are going to be asking for, I don't know, reanimated, and not the.
No, people are going to be asking for a buff of golden bullet at this rate.
You said it yourself.
Not gonna happen.
Two more positive news. I promise that we're going to go back to Descent because there are a few other things that we need to cover besides the new exotic gun Vindicator that's going to be available exclusively in Descent. But once again, if you have it, you can use it anywhere else. But yeah, a few other things that we need to highlight, and I lost the card. But we'll just recite them from memory.
Take my card. You lead.
First of all, talent pool rotation. That is also another thing that we received a lot of helpful feedback on during the PTS phases, and was decided to shorten the rotation from Originally it was supposed to be a week. Now it's going to be only 3 days. So every 3 days you're going to have an updated talents pool, and pool is going to consist of 35 talents and 6 exotic talents each pool.
Cool.
Cool. I don't know. Maybe you wanted to comment.
No, but it's. I know that some people had thoughts on the idea of the talent rotation, but it's what we're trying to fight here is just that every season we're adding more talents, and it's getting harder and harder in Descent to actually get what you want. So we want something that's a bit more curated around specific play styles. And we know that the current, the existing curation of talents in the pools we have is not necessarily the most popular for everyone. So we'll see. And that's something that can live over time, and that's going to organically grow and change depending on feedback. So if some talents we find out don't really work in this pool, they can go in another pool, and we can tweak them. So all of that can be improved. Now we have a full, UI support that really displays everything, and so you really understand what's going on. And overall, all of that should help with making Descent a bit easier to get into and to get what you want and to reach a level of power that makes the experience satisfying and makes you ready to go face the Nemesis, which you will face faster because of the changes we've made as well. So yeah, it should just make Descent a bit more streamlined in a way.
Yeah, talking about Nemesis, the minimal requirement for the loop is loop 4 now, and the maximum is 9. So you can reach Nemesis faster, but then again, as it is with Descent, reaching Nemesis faster, is it really a good thing or not?
It's your choice.
It's depends also on the options that you're gonna have. Another thing that we need to mention, and now we're gonna have 4 new outfits also available through Descent with 4 different color variations. I also know that a lot of people like them during the PTS. Outfits, it's always great. Plus added exotic named and reconstructed caches in the NCA Tech Store. That is not what some of the players were asking about following the PTS, but this is another thing that you can find information in the dev commentary and regarding the potential prices.
Ah.
I don't know. Do we want to comment on it?
I'm not sure what you're talking about. So
okay, let's just skip it then. Just a brain fart. It happens. And also decrease the requirements for rewards from 1 to 5 loops, and you will be able to receive more loot caches and rewards for completing the same number of loops as before.
yeah. So again, it's just going to be it's going to be a bit faster. It's going to be rewarding. There's more things in the store then that is or in the shop that is connected to Descent. Yes, some of the prices might be might be debated, and but yeah, we have more options now, and once again, we'll look at the economy of it and we'll make adjustments if needed.
Yeah, I'm just going to remind about the changes that were made previously that you also can find on the Trello board regarding the percentage chance of dropping specific caches, and also Nemesis cache that is now much easier to obtain than it was before because it's a 50% chance. But yeah, there is the Vindicator again. Looks cool, only available in Descent. Not going to be dropping anywhere else anytime soon, but the price is very affordable, and yeah.
It's predictable. That's the most important thing, because you can get it on the shop as well. So it's the good thing with this is it doesn't have to be a very low drop rate, and you have to grind the mode and again and again and again for 8 chance to get it. There is a predictable path to it. So you just you get the currency and you can save up to eventually purchasing it. So if you really want it, you can be confident you will be able to buy it eventually.
And I think that's pretty much it for Descent regarding project resolve changes. But we still have a few more quality of life updates that I would love to highlight. And we'll probably start with the skill modes. because there is a new system, duplicate removal
Yep.
for skill modes. So, do you want?
Yeah. So the idea with skill modes, and that's one step in that direction, also of trying to make inventory management a bit less cumbersome. But with skill modes, what we've decided to do is that you can only have one copy of each bonus, and so now when you drop a new mod that has a better roll on that same bonus, it's just going to upgrade the one you have in your inventory and auto deconstruct and everything. So basically what that means is that you no longer need to hold on to 3 copies of the same bonus and then go back in your inventory and be like, wait, which one is the best? But which one do we have equipped and what's going on here? The game is going to do all of that for you. So you just need to go hunt for better versions. But then once you find them, it's all going to be updated automatically. So it's going to be a much smoother experience with less unnecessary inventory management.
Yeah, and the construction is also going to be automated, and you're going to receive the printer filament automatically, depending on basically the skill mode that was deconstructed. But that's not it. There was also an update made to Stash, and we have a video to show. Basically now you will be able to see the item count of the stash displayed when approaching it, so you do not really need to assess it and open it to know how many slots you have left.
It's a small touch, but it helps. So you just as you walk to it, you get a direct indication of how full it is and what's in there. So these are the small things that when you add all of them on top of each other, it just makes the experience a bit removes some of the friction of the experience. So isolated, maybe not a huge change, but it's a nice touch.
No, or when you're passing by, for example, and just catch a glimpse of it, also a good thing to have.
Yep.
One last feature that I wanted to highlight, and I saved it for the very end. There is going to be a new vendor added, not starting from tomorrow. It's going to be also 20.1, and this is a textile vendor. His name
Finally.
is Danny Beaver.
Yeah, and so this is finally a vendor that's going to sell you stuff for textiles. So it's for those players, those of you, you know who you are, who are sitting on a lot of textiles and have nothing to spend it on. And we want to make textiles a bit more interesting. So now you will have this vendor that you will need to locate in a similar way to the way you need to locate Cassie Mendoza. He's called Danny Weaver, and as you can see, you can buy caches for textiles. Those caches are on a limited stock, so you cannot buy an infinite amount of them. You will be only able to buy a certain amount per rotation. So don't go out there expecting you're going to be able to spend hundreds of thousands on unlimited exotic caches. There is some limitations here, but at least over time, that becomes one of those things you do on a regular basis of going to check the stock of that vendor or buy the cache and then come back next time.
Yeah, this specific vendor would not be shown in the patch notes for tomorrow since it's 20.1, but once we are there, we'll update information about the rotation and all the stuff that you can get from Danny Beaver. I just love that his surname is Beaver. Very on brand.
Sometimes we're just incredibly creative.
What was it, Lauren, who came up with the idea of just... Hello, Lauren. That's almost it. A few other things that I want to mention before we move to answering your questions. Just a few quick things. With the Project Resolve, we also added a few new commendations for the Paradise Lost incursion. All the details you will be able to find in the patch notes after the live stream. So don't miss it. It's going to be on our website and all the social media, the usual stuff.
Just one comment on this is just that, okay, it's commendations on the incursion and what's the big deal. And the big deal is that we can do commendations again. We relearned how to do that. And I know that some of the new commendation hunters have been asking for that for a while, and we've released a bunch of content with the game without commendations. So we're going to try to, retroactively start adding commendations to content we've released. But you can, hopefully you can expect that moving forward with new TUs, new commendations are going to be added, and this is going to be a thing again.
Yay, new patches. Fun. Another thing about the projects, also that is something that we talked about a lot during the previous live stream, but there was one change made since then, and in the reward pool, you're going to have 1 exotic component for daily projects and 3 exotic component for weekly projects. All of the stuff remains unchanged. The full details in the patch notes again. And one last thing, since there were a lot of balancing changes made, and that's not something that we covered specifically in this live stream, but status effects, talents, weapons, gear sets, some of them underwent a lot of changes. And in response to this, we decided to wipe out the leaderboards. There are a lot of them.
Not all of them, but a lot of them.
A lot of them, yes. And some that I need to mention, the Keenly College, Strongholds, Raids, Standard and Invaded Solving Group. We do not have the full list yet. It's just for the general information, but
yeah, it's just some of them are here since the launch of the game and have never really been purged. So we felt that with Project Resolve it was time to actually do a wipe on them and start fresh to really try to highlight the performances of our current players and remove the pollution we've had from the past with some of the abuse and exploits and even not necessarily pollution, but even old achievements that have been made by people who no longer play the game. So we thought it made sense to wipe a lot of the leaderboards in the game. And again, we'll get the full list and give that to you so you can see which ones are and which ones are not. We're trying to be respectful of some of the best achievements like raid leaderboards and this kind of stuff. But yeah, like mission ones and like specific activities will be wiped. And that's something that we can consider moving forward potentially to do that on a more regular basis as well, to make sure that we keep the leaderboards actually up to date with the players that play the game today. And if you didn't make it this time, maybe next rotation you will have a chance to top it.
Yeah, thank you so much for the clarification. And now it's time to move on to some of the questions that we received in the chat. If you still want to ask a question, there is your chance. Community managers are updating the Q&A list for us to look at, but we'll start with what we have right now. I'm just gonna do that very carefully, probably not. And the first question is about leaderboards. Is there any chance we can get new leaderboards, like the Year 1 board for Dark Hours?
New leaderboards, yes, we could potentially add them. The thing is, they were pretty much left as an afterthought because we were not maintaining them and purging them. So now that we are starting to, we are doing a wipe now, and we will see how that's received and how that helps with the game, and and how all of you will engage with that. But moving forward, that's our intention, to make the leaderboard game a bit more fresh and a bit more interesting. So, adding new ones is not off the table either.
Will the recruiter outfit return? I think that's something that we confirmed online, but I'm going to repeat it for everyone to hear. Not anytime soon, but this is not off the table. So there is a possibility.
One day. One day maybe. When the Vindicator will be available in other sources as well. No, but yes, it might, but it's, we're going to give it some time before it comes back.
That looks so good. Are you able to obtain the new rifle in the open world after you bought it from the Descent vendor?
That's a good question, but I do not think so. I think it's you can only get it through Descent, even if you want multiple copies of it. If I'm wrong, I will correct that publicly after talking to the team, but I'm pretty sure it is only Descent. Any chance of update to the legacy cache? I have 3 keys for it, but I cannot use. Yeah, I mean, the keys will give you textiles now, at least. Is that the legacy cache? Wait, I'm confused which one is the legacy cache now. So yeah, I need to get my thoughts together and then I will tell you. Will we be able to select any grenade type? Well, they're still tied for now. That's something that maybe we want to do in the future, but now they're still tied to your specializations. Other plans are there? Sorry, I'm going through all of them, but you stop me.
Other plans to add the difficulty over heroic for the open world?
Not at the moment. We're not going to put legendary on the open world because legendary is well. There's 2 things with legendary. One, it's only one faction, only the Black Tusk exists in legendary difficulty. And 2, legendary difficulty, it is handcrafted. It is not just a setting that we change on a mission. There's actually some work that is done on it. So it's not something we can just trigger for the open world. So not legendary, but new difficulty anyway. This is not the plan at the moment, no.
Are we getting the option to reroll exotic 3rd attributes and scaling the open world boxes to global level?
Yes, yeah.
To both questions.
This was part of the Project Resolve, and this was part of the PTS. And yes, it's going to make it to TU20. So you will be able to reroll the 3rd attribute of the exotics. And yes, the open world boxes in the world will be updating with the world difficulty setting. One thing that I just want to mention to go back on the previous question about adding new difficulty, I know that there's a conversation about us about the power creep and about players becoming more powerful and therefore the lack of challenging content. And I just want you to know that this is something we're conscious of and we have some ideas. But yeah, more on that in the future.
Any more legendary missions coming?
Not at the moment because we are only doing strongholds in legendary, and we've done all of them now. So adding legendary to main missions is not something we have planned just yet. But once again, I think that goes in the bucket of what are we going to do to offer more challenging content to the players that have full optimized gear, and this is something that's on our mind already.
This one about the new skill modes.
Does this mean we won't be able to share mods with teammates now since mods get auto-used when they drop? Yeah, probably. Now that you mention it, probably. Maybe the team has thought of that, I'm not sure. But yes, that might be a compromise and a side effect that comes with this change, is that you may not be able to share them with your teammates now.
What about old blueprints from previous seasons? Because a lot of players started playing the game recently. That's actually what Descent is for.
Well, Descent has named blueprints, but in general, I mean, we have added a bunch of them to the loot pools already. It could be that we are still missing some, but the intention is that they should become available through the blueprint loot pools. So if we missed some, just let us know, and we will be looking at it. But the intention is that blueprints become available. Old season blueprints become available in the blueprint loot pools.
How many seed credits will the reconstructed caches cost in Descent? I honestly do not remember.
I do not have the number in mind. We will need to get back to you on that one.
Let's see if we have other questions. I honestly do not see anything.
Nope.
One last chance. Counting 2, 3.
I'm sure there's more questions, and poor CMs in chat are like, wait, no. But again, I mean, as usual, if there are more questions, you know where to find us, and everything will be clearer tomorrow when the update comes out. Well, fingers crossed it's a smooth launch. But yeah, if there are more questions, we will be here to answer them.
Yeah, so I guess we're done. The monitor turned off.
Yeah, our feedback monitor turned off, so we have no idea what's going on screen. So hopefully you can still see us.
Or at least hear us. But we thank you for sticking with us and listening to the live stream. Thank you so much.
Thank you, George, for coming and turning on the screen, trying to be discreet and not be on camera. Here we are.
It works. And yeah, once again, thank you so much for tuning in. It was a pleasure once again to talk through all the changes and highlight them. The team made a tremendous job making sure that all these changes come to life. So huge kudos to everyone in Bucharest and all other locations that worked and still working on the Division 2. And yeah, hopefully we did it some justice by mumbling. But yeah,
it's hard because we already talked about all of that. So it's like, it's cool because it's coming and I'm excited, but actually, Season 3 and Tier 20 and Vanguard, whatever we call this thing, and Project Resolve, all of that is coming out tomorrow. So that's, it's great that it's finally out there and I can't wait to play the game myself and see how everybody also is going to react to that. But it's also hard to do another stream and talk about it because we've had that already. So I hope that we still had the energy. It didn't sound too much like a repeat. But yeah, I'm really excited for tomorrow.
Yeah, likewise. And yeah, thank you so much again. We're gonna watch the new trailer for the Season 3 Vanguard, and I guess see you in Washington, D.C. And thank you.
Thank you.
I trust Kelso. I don't believe she could be a hunter. But trust has to be earned. When we put it in the wrong people. Just look at what's happened to this country. Agents were trained to blend in, to hide in plain sight. How can we know their true mission? We can't survive without trust. I trust Kelso. But I've been wrong before.
Welcome back. Lots of you tuning in for that. Thank you for tuning in for our watch party, I guess. Be sure to subscribe, follow. Over 130 likes on YouTube. Thank you. And before you leave today, make sure you check out the community. Best Division Discord there is. I'll link it now. Before we end, do you guys have any questions? Did you miss anything that we can answer? And I'll quickly go over my thoughts as well. One of the things I was towards the end there, they mentioned legendary missions, and Yannick's answer was no, but they thought about more difficult content and they're already working on that. That was interesting. The outfits look real good. You have more tactical approach. Looks like a sort of like Metal Gear Solid theme, right? I don't know. Those sort of outfits. Looks sick. Looks good. And we've got another returning event. They mentioned Heatwave as well. I've been long waiting Heatwave to return for the scuba suit on PC. Not Kelso, no. I think it's too obvious to be Kelso. I seen a question about how the Manunt's working. Manunt's changing, right? So we've been going after targets all this time. We were saving people the last 2 times. This time there's no Manunt target. Kelso is the target in a way. But we're trying to find her because she's missing. So the Manhunt's going to be about going around, finding clues, and I imagine we find Kelso at the end of the season to kind of finish off that sort of story. We are questioning Kelso because we don't feel like we can trust anybody right now with everything that's happening, and questions are being asked about Kelso because she's been gone for so long. I'm guessing we go back to New York. Kelso's not there. We need to find clues where Kelso is. Has Kelso gone rogue? That's what this season's all about. And I got a feeling that there's going to be a lot of Aaron Keener stuff being dug up as well. It's going to be a very, very good season. You got to remember as well, this season was going to lead on to the DLC. So that's what's interesting for me. Before they delayed the DLC, this was the season to lead on to it. I know it doesn't now because the DLC ain't until 2025. But yeah. I never heard nothing about resetting the raid leaderboards, no. As far as we know, Keena's definitely dead. Kelso not rogue, but possibly hunter. Yeah, I like the Manon changes too. I think it's really good. Kind of feels like an investigation. Oh, he's ditch. 32 years of marriage. Wow. 17. Wow. Me and Stacey would get married today and we wouldn't last 32 years because time would run out. That'd be cool, Tony. Oh, I might have missed that then about wiping leaderboards. Thanks, Milk. So they mentioned wanting to keep raid leaderboards and wipe others. We learned to do commendations again. I heard that. They said more commendations are coming, right? I did get a few notes there, but a lot of it was just everything we already knew. Obviously, NGN's report at the start. Huge shout out to NGN. His reports that he does with them are brilliant. We've already spoke about locating missing Agent Kelso. They'll be looking for clues and investigating in this manhunt. The Vindicator Descent Exotic. It's going to be available through the Descent vendor. It's the only way you're going to be able to get a hold of that. They spoke about the PTS results and spoke about how they're not going to be doing the gear lock. The rogue time will be 3 seconds instead of 5 in the DZ. Remember, that's non-invaded only. Yeah, new patches and commendations are coming, which I think is cool because they've not done anything with that for ages. Like, even when they release new game modes, like Countdown, Descent, I don't think anything got added for them at all. Yeah, we're going to cover a lot of the new stuff from tomorrow. Tomorrow, my plan is to go live. We got a busy morning, but as soon as I get home, hopefully the update will be live by about 1-2 p.m. UK, and we'll be streaming for about 12 hours. I'm hoping to absolutely smash all the new stuff and then create loads of videos covering all the new stuff throughout the rest of the week. We'll cover the tinkering for you, the scent changes, all sorts. Oh, that vendor as well, that new vendor for textiles. I think that's very good, right? So we can spend our textiles at that vendor. We can buy exotic caches and things like that. You are limited to how much you can buy, but it's another way to spend textiles. I thought that was real cool as well. Real good idea. I agree, Ray. Like, since moving from PlayStation to PC, my biggest issue is looking at all that apparel that I do not have. And if I want to purchase it, I'm looking at parting with £500 of cash. It sucks. Some of it you can get with textiles, but yeah, I do like that they are revisiting old apparel events though. That's a good sign that we can still go back and get them. So hopefully they do kind of cycle through all the old ones and that will fix that then. But yeah, I agree. I'd like they do your seasonal track, don't they, for 1,000 Phoenix credits. I would buy like an additional track. If you know, like all the stuff that we've missed through past seasons, all the backpack trophies from leagues, backpack trophies from global events that we've not played, maybe even apparel events. If you paid like an additional, like you got an upgraded version, so I know 2,000 Phoenix credits, and then you get like some sort of projects or stuff you can do to unlock all of the old stuff you have missed. I'd pay for that. Never mind just given it. Like, that'd be cool. Hey, what's up, Brojo? Make sure you join the Discord. Great place to help you with that difficult content, and welcome to the stream. Oh, the Apparel event keys are literally just 1 key for every 4 levels, so you just go up shade levels. Then you got to be level 40. I'm guessing. But yeah, 4 shade levels is 1 key. 350 credits. It's not too bad. Looks like I'm going to be smashing some Descent out tomorrow then. Do we know how Descent credits work? Like, what's the fastest way to farm Descent credits? Does anybody know? Hey, what's up, Nugget? I have no idea, Grady. On PlayStation, I had everything on PlayStation to a certain point. Every patch, every backpack trophy, everything. And I missed 1 league and lost all motivation is within the last year of my time on PlayStation. And since coming to PC, I've got hardly anything. They didn't say anything about the patch section on the bench, did they? Yannick mentioned in the previous stream last time, Imperial, they are looking at ways to manage our hoarding issues, is how he described it. He doesn't think we need a bigger stash, he thinks we just hoard too much. So they're looking at ways that, you know, they can't increase the stash. That's just a no-no. But they are looking at ways to make it so we don't feel like we've got to hoard so much. And I think this thing to do with the skill mods is testing that, maybe. Because now skill mods we don't need to pick up. We do pick up, but they just automatically sort themselves out. We don't need stash space form or anything like that. Potentially missing the blueprints out of Descent hongs. If not, every other blueprint should be available through level 3 control points or higher. Easy rooms to Nemesis and just keep on playing Nemesis replay, yeah? I thought. Violent speed momentum. It's like the best saying ever. Yeah, my thought is what Incoming said. I'm just thinking you run to the Nemesis as quick as possible, back out, do it again. But then the thing is, at that point, if you were to say you got to 4 loops with the I'm gonna have to test it. If you got to 4 loops with the Nemesis, but then you went to go and tackle 20 loops, is there a bigger reward? Because at that point, things speed up a little bit as you get quite powerful. I'm going to try and do it tomorrow, Nugget. I'll try and find the fastest way for you. 33 pages of patch notes? Do we like do a video and read through it all tonight? That's a lot of patch notes. It is just the named item blueprints at Descent, yes. 35. There you go, 35 pages of patch notes. Preacher, I don't think it's that people actually struggle. I think people just don't enjoy the mode. And I think when you first play the mode, it is a struggle. and there's a learning curve that they just can't be bothered with. But that's all. Thoughts on update? Looking forward to it. I think Project Resolve is a good thing. It needs to do for years, so I'm glad they're taking the time to like make a lot of quality of life improvements and bug fixes. Meant that they've had to delay the DLC, but yeah, I'm happy about that. Otherwise, it's kind of more the same, isn't it, really? We got another Manhunt. I think this season looks like it's going to be a lot more story-driven now, which excites me a bit more than normal. The last few seasons have been quite story-driven, but this one's very much story-driven, and we're going after Kelso. We need to find Kelso, and a lot of talk's been around Kelso for a long time now, so it's going to be a very interesting season story-wise. I'm looking forward to some of the new gear to piece some builds together around. I'm looking forward to finally getting my expertise done, and cheaper costs to getting all those upgraded is going to be great also. I think there's some great changes. I say I'm more excited now going forward to the DLC in 2025 though. Yes, that's the other thing as well. One single session to do it. Like, you can't... No, not that I think it should be like that, but yes, it does turn a lot of people off. So, Bun, I don't think she's going to go rogue. I think Kelso's fine. I think this is going to lead on to Aaron Keener still being alive. I don't, but maybe. Who knows? See, there we go, Eni. Some people find it boring as well. So I like it. I think Descent's awesome. My only issue with Descent is that it's got to be one session. It's like I've got to... You know, if doing Nemesis run, it takes like 40 minutes. That's fine. But if I want to do a high loop, I'd have to dedicate a whole day to it. Like, it's... You're there for the long haul. Imagine if a story did flip and we were the bad guys. Oh, it was Master. They did, Travis. There was a trailer. Can you scroll back on Twitch? It's on the Twitch channel. We just streamed from here. You can go and watch it. It was right at the end of the stream. So, like... It's a pretty cool trailer as well. Should we watch it again? Let's watch the trailer one more time, and then we'll, I'll have to end. Okay, sound on.
Vanguard, and I guess see you in Washington, D.C. And thank you.
Thank you.
I trust Kelso. I don't believe she could be a hunter. But trust has to be earned. When we put it in the wrong people. Just look at what's happened to this country. Agents were trained to blend in, to hide in plain sight. How can we know their true mission? We can't survive without trust. I trust Kelso. But I've been wrong before.
So yeah, that's the trailer. I just seen CSS say, I noticed this as well. What are you saying? 1733. Look at this typo.
Gonna be
Manhunt.
going after specific people.
They looked at that and they were like, geez, you had one job. You had one job. Spell Manhunt properly. Yeah, that was funny. Preacher, not sure if you're speaking to me with that comment. It's not made to save you progress. I know that. To be clear, I think it should be like that. I get why, it's a roguelike. You don't have your progress saved. You got to start again. But what I'm saying, it's still an issue though. The fact of how much time you got to put in to it. So that's why a lot of people, like myself, I don't play that much because I don't have 11 hours to go and try and get to loop 46 as it took Hong's. It's like I'd really need to plan my descent time if I was going to put that much time into a game, I have kids, I have life, I have other things. It's like many of us do. It requires a lot of time to go for high loops and descents, and that's something that's off-putting for people. But I absolutely agree that that's how the mode needs to be, because that's what the mode needs to be. It's a roguelike game. I also don't want to believe that, Travis. Exotic skills, imagine. I don't think I'm streaming tonight unless Stacey wants to. But I think she's good for tonight. I'm taking tonight to go and get ahead with a bit of content. I'm well behind on my content at the minute, because I took a few weeks out to do that Call of Duty event. And yeah, running behind. So I'm going to try and catch up with some content before the new season tomorrow. But we will be doing a long stream tomorrow though. I'm going to try and get to level 100 in one stream if I can. But at the same time, there'll be a lot of Descent, because I want to play some Descent and try and get this Vindicator. That's a good way to level up though as well, isn't it? Don't think we can judge other games on their stash. There's the reasoning's server strain, I believe. Yannick said their last increase was the most they could do. So I'm just going to believe what he says. I think we've covered everything there though. Yes, it will allow reroll exist in exotic, yes. Always teams in the Discord, Bath. Good luck of finding that team. Year 5's already going. Season 3 releases tomorrow, John. Edie, thanks for your Prime. So yeah, they go down. Is it like 9 AM UK? It goes down, something like that, and they say about 3 hours, but it's normally longer than that. So I'm aiming for about a 1 to 2 PM UK start tomorrow. Hopefully it's live by then and we can get stuck straight into it. That is the plan. We're going for a walk tomorrow. Me and Stacey are starting. We got a goal to do Snowdon, which is a mountain in Wales. We want to do it for a birthday in July, so we've got to get prepped for that. So every week now we're going to do this hill that's nearby. Tomorrow's the first day, so wish us luck. I'll take some photos and share it on the Instagram. Still need to share the zoo photos from the weekend that I said I'd share. I'll do that now. So I'm doing that in the morning. As soon as I've done that, I'll be home. I'll be setting up stream and we'll be going. It'll be a good stream. But I'll end this one here. Thank you for watching. Have a great evening. If I don't go live at 8 PM today, which I don't think I will do, unless Stacey says, yeah, let's play, we'll see you then. If not, I'll see you for tomorrow's stream chat. Thank you for tuning in. I'm excited for the new season. I hope you are. And we'll catch you tomorrow. Take care, everyone. First Snowdon and then Everest. You know what? I would. I'm too old for Everest now, though. I haven't kept fit enough through my life. But I would. Good night. Have a great evening, everyone. Peace. See you later. See you tomorrow.
Get up on your feet, this is a shakedown. Order up that beat just like it's takeout. Show me you got soul inside those new shoes. And you can rock and roll with an attitude. So good, so fresh, just the way you like it. Just the way you like it. So good, so fresh. You're the new MC, you got the remix. Keep it on repeat, just let the beat kick. Everywhere you go, you bring the roof down. Everybody knows you got your own sound. So good, so fresh, just the way you like it. Just the way you like it. So good, so fresh. Yeah, you like it, the way you like it. Oh, yeah, you like it, the way you like it now. Yeah, you like it, the way you like it. Oh, so good, so fresh. Get up on your feet. Show me you got soul. Just the way you like it. So good, so fresh. The way you like it. Just the way you like it. The way you like it. So good, so fresh. Get up on your feet, this is a shakedown.